All right, live here. Let's do this. Close the mystery sheet. My fancy studio here. Oh gosh, yeah. Don't have the big giant budget like some people do. I do not. That doesn't mean you can't paint. Okay, we're gonna get going on this. It's a steel bridge looking westward, approximately westward. It kind of bends and goes across the Willamette like this. Off that way would be going towards the Pacific Ocean, and behind us is going towards Mount Hood. All right, let's just get right into this thing. Whoa! Oh, I'm excited. Actually, I always loved the steel bridge. Like I said, it's a steampunk on steroids. It's a very industrial bridge, and that's what I admire about it. There's nothing fancy about it at all. Just industrial. It has function. Okay, I'm going to add some Van Dyke Brown. Oops, sorry. Oh, that's not plugged here. There we go. Try to not waste paint. I'm not doing a great job of that, but I need to get better at that. Things are going up in prices, so gotta watch all that. Oh, shoot. Okay, let me wipe my hand off. I have some paint on it. When you got paint on your hands, it's going to get on everything else too. I'll tell you that one right now. Okay. Okay. Mixing some blue, Van Dyke Brown, some white. A little bit of yellow ochre to that. We're going to paint this up. Oh. Whoa! Must have been in the morning when I took this. I know because of no, it might have been mid-afternoon because when we start getting to the summertime here, the sun will be coming up over here. So not coming up, but actually, this is probably early afternoon, I'm going to guess. So we'll have some shadow lines for that too, and that will create interest. I'm going to artistic license on one of my own photographs so I get away with it. Yeah! Oh, okay, couldn't help myself. I remember it was an overcast day. Imagine that here in Portland. No idea why that song's going through my head, but it is. Add a little more that, a little more of this. Buddy. Buddy. Okay. A little more yellow ochre, that is. A little more brown. Van Dyke brown, that is. So if we're going to have the sun coming this way, we're going to have shadows going like that. Okay. Hey, how's it going, Anthony? Whoa, here I am. Still working on the steel bridge. Got a ways to go on it, but I think we'll make some good progress tonight. Just establishing the sun is kind of coming this direction, so we're going to have some nice little shadow lines and stuff here. I had a little artistic license with my own photograph. It was kind of overcast the day when I took the picture, and we're going to show that in the clouds. But you know how you have those puffy kind of clouds, but it's all gray, but we have kind of light areas? That's classic Portland. And so I will be putting that in there. Oh, yes. Yes, I will. Yes, sir, Bob. It was nice seeing having most of the crew on here last night. That was enjoyable. Yeah, it's like you said, patience. Yeah, I don't know. I just think I could probably do more with the YouTube. So we're not gonna do it. Everything's a process and patience, that's for sure. Go down, progressively gets closer and closer together. Oops, a little closer than that. There we go. Gotta work on that water too. It has this. Yeah, the Columbia River is flooding. They're showing it. It's like, well, we've had a lot of rain this year. Unlike our counterpart down there in California, we're kind of rolling in water up here. And not all of Oregon, just the Portland metro area. You go south Oregon, and suddenly you're into drought conditions. Where here, we just, Christ, you can sell water. But I think it's so funny. I've heard people complaining about the weather, and I said, this is the Junes I remember here in the Northwest. Whew, that's heat. Ugh. Yeah, we had that record heat last year, and I don't want a repeat of that. Ugh, that was that was enough, and that did a lot of damage to us. That was, we're wimps up here, and our plants were not equipped to handle that. Well, our Navy ships have all left. Yeah, they were really wild looking ships, I tell you. That was truly interesting. I haven't seen ships like that. Uh, in a second, I got to just take a quick gandaroo here. Somebody knocked at the door, and I don't want to be interrupted by some salesperson. Just a second. Well, they're just going to have to come back. I don't know who they are. It is my time to paint, you know. Most of my friends know not to call me at this time. It's always weird though when I do my videos. They seems like that's when everybody wants to talk to me. I always say you gotta set time for yourself. God, what is it? I'm sorry. It's irritating. Yeah, a second. Okay. All right. Yeah, nothing emergency. My neighbor, she makes ceramics, and she made me a cup, and so I'll check that out as soon as I'm done here. I'll have to show it off. Maybe it'll be in my coffee and painting show. Hey, Susan, how you doing? Well, we don't have a soundproof studio, you know. Yeah, I'll check it out though. How you doing, Susan? Let me get some Mars. Yeah. Orange, yellow. Add that to the carbon black and the blue and everything else to get that old look to the bridge because it is old. Alive! uh, glad you're here. Whoa! And a little bit of that Mars yellow, a little bit of blue, a little more brown, and a little bit of black over that. And a little bit of this. Steel bridge! And a little more white than that because the sun is coming this direction. These all have very complicated steel structure, but I'm not going to worry about every last detail. You get carried away, and it actually sometimes ruins it. I'll be curious how that works out for you, Anthony. Your uh, videos that you're doing. I think that would be kind of cool. Hey, Mavis! Greetings! Whoa! Hey. Hope everybody's doing well. There's actually a train going on here, so we'll be putting that train in pretty soon too. The tracks run along here. Not there. Key is not to have a big blob. Yeah. Okay. Coming in with some blue. And we'll put some detail in that because they got all this bracing that goes between the girders. I think that's the proper term. Girder. Should be. But we'll make it a proper term. Whoa! Couldn't help myself, sorry. Just keep adding. All we can do. Yeah. Well, it's bound to pick up. It's like I said, patience, and that is really true. Yeah, tomorrow's my early morning wake up. And the handwriting's on the wall. That's going to change. It's going to be more of that. These 2 years of COVID, there's certain parts of it that I did like, and a part of it was the fact that you didn't have to do the commutes. Kind of wish I could have put it at more to useful time, but you beat yourself up all day long. Okay. All these girders on the other side there. Yeah. Coming in here with more. It's more of the under thing of the bridge. Kind of rust coming in with this, some of browns, some blacks. It's a double-decker bridge. Trains, not trains, the big freight trains on the lower level and the foot traffic and bike traffic on here. Over this is cars, light rail, buses, and everything else up there. And this could lift up. You see, this section here will lift up in sections. So you bigger and bigger ships, you don't have to lift the whole bridge if it's a small ship. I think it's a pretty ingenious design, actually, to be honest with you. I think it's quite amazing that they were able to come up with all this. Now we're going to come in here. Just going to come in here and paint that. Oh, come on. It's like I told you, everybody under the sun wants to talk to you when you're doing your painting. I used to paint live sometimes for my openings, and be amazed that people finally, they bring people in sometimes. They really do. I always say every opening I have, I try to make them kind of special. Well, I think art's something to celebrate, and that's how I look at it. Yeah, they have these gates that close when that thing goes up. I've been there where I had to wait when a ship went through, a big tug or something, They actually brought an entire cruise ship right up to the waterfront. A few years back, it was a big cruise ship. I was surprised they were able to dock it right there off the street, but apparently the Willamette River is pretty deep there. So that was kind of cool to see. that is like that. I have to talk to myself as I go here. Yeah, okay. Goes like that. Whoa. Okay. And I got another photo. I want to take this one down for a second. Get right in your way here. Like I said, I'm working from two different photos that I took. Yeah. There we go. Cool. Start putting these freight cars in here. Look like grain carrying cars. That's our biggest export out of downtown Portland is actually grain. Our biggest export for Oregon is computer chips because we have Intel here. Just in case you're wondering. I always do my trivia questions. We'll work on that train. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. The only thing I haven't done going over the steel bridge, unlike Merrick, I haven't rode a bike because I don't have a bike. Yeah. So, yeah, I think it's kind of cool though that they have all that capabilities. I really do. These undercarried beams, darken that in. You can tell it's thin paint. I always, warn you about thin paint. I said, you just don't want it there. It comes back and haunts you, it seems like. Okay. But we're just still in that threshold here. I'm not going to be around on Thursday, so no Empire Thursday. I am meeting a friend from high school. She was in my art club, and it's been 41 years since I've seen her. So I think it'll be kind of cool. See if we even recognize one another. We associated on Facebook, and so thought that was kind of cool. Always liked her. Yep. Part of the Eisenhower Art Guild. That's what we were. Painted murals and pretty much just had things we did together. We actually went to, as a group, we went to King Tut's thing. It was on tour there in Seattle. So we drove, we were on a school bus going from Yakima to Seattle. And from Yakima to Seattle is about 2.5 to 3 hour trip. You go up and over the mountains, and then you are in Seattle. If it wasn't for those the Cascade Mountains, you probably would. Probably wouldn't have. Yakima would probably be a distant suburb of Seattle. Seattle's a big city. Get these trains on here. Just working it. I'll be checking some more. Probably give the cars a little bit of color too, you just to have fun. Yeah. Yeah, I always try to make sure I have an event for an art opening. I just really do. I think it's the idea. It's supposed to be having fun, you know. I always find it a shame sometimes for some artists that they're so spread out so thin that they don't. It's almost like they stop enjoying doing art. You know, start putting these towers in here, and they have these angled down. So we're going to do that. I have no idea why that song is going through my head, but it is. Yep. There we go. Step back, step back. Oh, I'll tell you, most of them. I tell you, if my word of advice to any person going into art, if you think you're going to make an entire living at it, good luck with that. There is exceptions to the rule. I mean, if you get teachings, gigs and stuff like that, it's really hard to do that. And I think some, especially these young guys, or got young people. Let's call it young people. Is that they get this starry-eyed view what they're going to be able to do. Just about anything in Hollywood, you always see the rich artist with their fancy studio. They converted this barn into this massive studio, or some warehouse into this beautiful studio, and heck, that thing anywhere in the world would go for 10 million. Yeah, it's key. Yeah, I agree with you, and I think that's sad because, to me, art's about having fun. It really is. It really, really is. So, pour yourself a little glass of wine and have a good time and enjoy it. And we're going to come into with our classic Portland cloudy sky here. Tomorrow I'll get up really early, but I commit somebody's got to wake up the birds, and why not me? If I didn't wake up the birds, they wouldn't be up singing around and pooping on things. I had all my cedar waxwings arrive yesterday. I think they arrived yesterday. Hello, Mark. Well, what was it? It was Danny DeVito. He played an art critic, and he said, painting. That's why they have the word pain in painting. I just loved it. Yeah. Now, if you let art, it could be a really wonderful therapy for yourself. It really can be. Just dive into it and have fun. Yeah. I'm gonna come back into it. We'll clean that up. And just a smidgen of that. There we go. Get that gray warmed up a little bit. Mark! That's a little too bright. We'll come back in and kind of work those towers some more, but I kind of got to get this clouds in the background through because they're kind of bright, the clouds. It's kind of interesting. Sometimes you get where the sun is hitting them, you know. You could get sunburn in totally overcast skies. In fact, sometimes some of the worst sunburns are that done because you don't realize you're in trouble. Well, I'll come back in over that. That's all right. A little more white. Should have. I always do this. Should have had this in before I put the towers in, but oh well. I have to. That's how my brain works. I have to see where they're going to sit, you know. Doing real good on time. We're not going to get done with this today, but actually it's a possibility it'll be done tomorrow. And it's like I said. Remember Thursday, I'm not around, so and this weekend's kind of a crazy weekend. So I doubt. I don't know exactly what the plans are this weekend. So it's very possible this weekend I won't be on at all. We'll see. It's possible Saturday, you know. But yeah, like I said, I'm just going to stick with the YouTube format. I think I don't want to keep moving around, you know. And I think there's a better possibilities here, being able to, you know, share that link easier. You know, one thing about YouTube, except there is an exception for Facebook Live, is that you can share it on Twitter, but pretty much that's it, though. You know, it's like so. I'm thinking I have a better chance with YouTube. And another thing I like about YouTube is you notice how when I used to have to sit there and I start sharing everything. Well, I saw a statistic on my videos. When I do that, you have people here. Here's the graph. And all of a sudden I start doing that and it goes plump like that, you know. So that's something for me to keep in mind. And it's not all about, you know, the viewership. I'm, you know, obviously, I mean, I kind of want, yeah, more people and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's key. Once again, are you having fun? That's the whole thing. That's what I don't ever want to do is turn the art into something I just frustrated and, you know, and it's easy to do that. I tell you that one right now. And I always just say, chill, it'll be fine. Yeah. This is a big lamp post, what that is. We can bring that guy back in here. Right up in there. It goes like that, and then turns and down. There we will be bringing these towers back in. There's a section here. That's what they lift to. Look at that in there too. Oh, couldn't help myself. Sorry. Yeah. Oh dear. Okay. Come back. Come back. Yes, that's what they are. I have no idea how they get those weights up there in the first place. I mean, those are heavy. I mean, you're talking big weights. Yeah. I mean, they're like, I think they're made out of concrete, if I'm not mistaken. Bring back up my other photo. Right in your way, I know. Oh, couldn't help myself again. So, and there's just all this mesh and stuff, and then they have these wheels, and there's wires that connect the two towers. They're just such a cool structure. It just, like I said, it's so darn industrial. Add a little more white than that. We'll clean up a lot of these lines and everything. Building here, kind of put that in there. If you go across here, in the springtime, all along here is the our cherry blossoms that are so beautiful in the springtime. And this is all wire. We'll get that all in there too. And I have to take a look at this real close. Yeah. And just, we're not going to get this all accurate. I mean, good grief. I don't think I can do it. Coming in a little bit of white. All these braces and just amazing. I always say that's another thing when you do artwork and you're walking around, especially like what I've been doing, like the Portland scenes. I start paying attention to things. You stop and go, oh, that's how the darn thing looks, and you do. It gives you a different eye on things. It really does, and I enjoy that. I always say, get out of your car, walk. Be surprised what you can see. So I remember one time I called it the Big Walk, where I got off at the Yamhill section of town and walked all the way. I walked up to where the Ross Island Bridge was, almost to the Ross Island Bridge, walked across the Telecom Crossing, that's our newest bridge, and walked across that, walked all the way north along the Willamette. There's paths all the way. and I got to all the way up so I could see the Fremont Bridge, which is a really big bridge, and you could see the St. John's Bridge in the distance there. That was a good several miles I walked, and I called it the Big Walk, and it was well worth it because I got to see all these bridges and each one, and cars going, people going across it, bikes going across them. It was just cool. I really enjoyed it. Hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. Nothing's just a solid color. Yeah, yeah. And plus, how the sun hits it, how everything. It just, yeah. You start looking at those things. Just kind of getting the general. Like I said, there is no way in heck I'm going to be able to get all of this exactly right. But we get the gist, so you have the feel of it. Yeah. There's even wheels up here, I think, if I remember right. Like I said, you know, the structure like for steampunk is just like it's just huge. Really cool bridge. Step back, step back. Mhm. There's a bicycle here and there's a person standing there, so I'm going to be putting that in. I think I'll put that in. That's going to take a little bit of concentration, so I'm going to probably put that in tomorrow. I have no idea why I got that song going through my head. None. It's all Merrick's fault. It's time to blame him. Mm-hmm. See, I'll have to renew my palette tomorrow. The paint's starting to set up. Oh, that's cool. What did your mom paint? come back underneath the undercarriage here. I think I want to add a little bit of brown to that. A little bit of brown, maybe a little bit of black, just a smidgen of white. Maybe a little more white than that. Yeah! Couldn't help myself. Scrub, scrub, scrub. The scrub routine. Oh, cool, cool. Yeah. It's kind of odd. I'm like the only person in my family that really does artwork. Well, my sister was very busy with, raising a family and stuff like that, so that's understandable. Yeah. My niece has a very pleasant voice. She sings. And my two nephews were very athletic. I was not me, even when I was a little kid. I was not athletic. Ugh. Throw me a ball, I'll miss it. Oh, I was one of those kids that they put out there in left field. Couldn't catch a thing to save my life. Not yet. No, the water was actually calm. It was pretty calm. So I haven't even worked on the water yet. So it's very calm. And so you're going to see the kind of calm, reflections of light and stuff like that. That's coming. That's probably coming tomorrow. Big massive weights here. These are the beams on the other side. And it's interesting because the bicycle and walkways here are low, but they raise up here, and then, like I said, they have these. We'll put them in. There's these gates that slam shut, and then when the horn blasts, so when it lifts, you're not caught in the middle of it. Don't think you want to be in the middle of it when it goes up. That gets up there pretty tall. You know, to hang on for dear life. Okay. Step back, step back. Okay. Yeah, we're making good progress. And we'll start working on that water. It's actually kind of almost greenish color, greenish blue. Unlike the Mississippi, unless we have heavy runoff, or it's actually pretty blue. Our waters here, bluish green. All right, come up on that time again. Amazing how fast that time goes, isn't it? Put these girders in here. And there was some more blue. We'll work on that train too. All right, people. Oh, see what time we got. Yeah, we're just about there. Just stepping back, taking a look here. I think it was built in 1911, I think. 1911, 1912. Okay, just a little more. We got just a little bit of time here. Clean up some things here. So we have the tracks moving across here. They're actually above just a little bit. You know, when you walk by them, you're looking up at the train a little bit. Look at that train in here. It's what is it? Union? Is that what's it? Union Pacific? I think it is that goes through here. Yeah. Yellow engines. We'll just kind of hint at that up here. It's about always have two engines, at least, pulling all that. Okay. On that note, made some good progress today. Yeah, I think it is. I think you're right, America. It took me. It was a wonderful day to do it too. I just took pictures as I went and really enjoyed it. It was a much needed therapy walk. You know, I was kind of going through some stuff at the time, and I tell you that really helped. And then I collected all those pictures and started doing bridge paintings and everything else. So this is actually, I think this is from a different walk. I might have been just walking across the river from my office. All righty. You take care. Thank you so much for joining me. Stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you to those healthcare workers again, and all the people are keeping this economy going. We're getting there. Hope for peace. Good grief, people. Come on, let's cool it. Let's cool our heels here. All right, but that's the steel bridge underway. Got the walkway here, and I heard, Mark, that they've kind of closed the east Esplanade because of the high waters. Also, I think Salvia Islands is kind of hard to get to right now because of all the flooding that's going on. Yeah, but it's supposed to be pretty nice this week coming up, so it'll help calm things down. So I'm looking forward to that. But seriously, thank you so much. And I'll be back on tomorrow at 8. We might be able to finish this one tomorrow. We'll see. All right. Thank you again. Seriously, thank you so much for joining me. And ask anybody, share it with them. Tell them to subscribe. It helps. It helps. It really does. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Whoa! That's Painting with Mike. Whoa! All right. Robots!